Hi, in this tutorial I will show you how quick and easy it is to do quantitative analysis using a sample ELISA data set that we have here using MasterPlex ReaderFit. So to begin, I'm going to go to my Excel sheet here where I have my raw data. This could be absorbance or OD values. So I'm going to highlight my response values here and copy them. Then I'm going to go back to ReaderFit, select the top leftmost well that you want to begin to paste. Right-click, go to Paste Data, and then choose Paste Response Values. What this will do is bring in our raw data here. Next thing you want to do is mark your background wells if you have any. So mark all your background wells at once. If you have any non-contiguous wells, you can hold down the Control key and left-click, and I'll select non-contiguous wells. In this case, I just have A1, A2, so I'm going to have those selected and then click B here. What that'll do is average the response values of your background group and do a background subtraction on all your other samples. This is an optional step if you have backgrounds, and go ahead and do that. Next thing we'll do is mark our standard curve. So you want to highlight all your standard values or standard samples here. If you have any non-contiguous sample wells, if you have a weird layout, then you can select those by holding down the Control key and left-clicking that. But you definitely want to make sure you highlight them all at once before you click the S button, because what that'll do is you're going to end up creating multiple standard curves, which is not what we want here. So I have all my standard samples selected. Click S here. The autofill pop-up. The autofill feature will pop up, but we're going to close this for now, so I'm going to show you quick and easy way to get this done. I have my standard expected concentrations here that I want to bring in as my expected values or expected concentrations for my standards. So I'm going to copy that, go back to ReaderFit, select my top leftmost standard, right-click, go to Paste Data. Next, we want to select this Paste Independent Values. What that'll do is I'm going to disable the lower cell, the display of the lower cell, so we can see this more clearly. If you now select Independent Values, I have pasted in my expected concentrations of my standards. So that's been imported. Let's go back to response values. Next thing I want to do is highlight our unknown groups. So I'm going to highlight my first replicate group. It's everything is done in duplicate. So A3, A4, and then click U. And then what I'll do is I'm going to drag this little rectangle here across all my other unknown groups, so it'll automatically mark them for me instead of me having to go through each one of these manually and then having to click U 100 times. So what I'm left with now is my two control groups. I have a high and a low. So I'm going to first highlight my high control group first, then click C here for control. It's going to ask me my target value or my expected concentration for this control group. I'm just going to enter 6,000 here. And same thing with the low control. You highlight that, click C. My expected concentration here is 6. Close. And then finally, we're finished actually with marking our sample types, and we're ready to do the curve fitting. There's two ways to do curve fitting. The quickest way is click here at Best Fit. The program will go through all possible combinations of weighting algorithms and model equations and pick the best one for you. So with that, it chose the 5PL for me, the 5-parameter logistics. If you have a fixed model equation that you need to use, you can simply uncheck this checkbox here, and then you can manually go through. And so let's say I want to use the 4PL with 1 over y squared weighting, and then click calculate here. Now recalculate the curve fit using your defined parameters. So that's basically it. If we go back to the input data tab, you can now go through this data pull-down menu, and you should have values now. If you select calculated values, these are all the interpolated concentrations of your unknowns based on this standard curve fit. So you can see that. You can also have a look at the calculated mean. These are all the mean concentrations of the group. So you should see identical concentrations for each group. So that's basically it. Hopefully you can check out our other tutorials so you can see how we can use the data table here, and also how to export data. But just wanted to quickly show you how you can easily do curve fitting in MasterPlex ReaderFit. Thank you.